Welcome everybody to another TonesBalones React. This time I'm going to be looking at the new Octo expansion world record held by none other than HashedRice. If you do not know HashedRice, absolutely outstanding player. He is from Japan. Overall, is a very, very cool guy. He uses a VTuber now. There's no VTuber in this React video, but he does use a VTuber now, and that's really cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the run started. First thing I should mention right off the start is there is no major difference between Japanese and English. I think it's only a couple of seconds between any languages that are in the game. So it doesn't, if you play on Japanese or if you play on English, it's not going to affect your game very much. You don't really have to worry about it. Throws a bomb right at the end there as well, and that's like it's a very small optimization that I remember implementing. If you throw a bomb there, it doesn't really lose any time because you're going into the switcher anyway. And if you get an ink splatter that's favorable, then you can swim in it and save like maybe a quarter second or something. It's a very low chance that you get anything good from it, but if you do, you go a little faster, and that's pretty cool. So this first level is very standard. Every single route is going to be the same when you do Octo expansion. Let's see how he does this last Octoling. Whoa, throws a bomb. That works? That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Wow, that's awesome. I need to try that. Goes right to the right of the tree, maybe a squid length away from the tree, and then just throws a bomb right in front of the tower, and they run right into it. That's so much better than having to play Duck Hunt, trying to shoot her out of the air. This is a cycle-based level, so going fast is very important. As you can see, that little spinning damaging thing is right behind him, so if you miss any movement whatsoever, you're going to get hit by it. Wow, that was really tight on that jump. Very nice blaster level. Blaster level has given me trouble in the first couple runs I've had back. Okay, inkjet level. It should be the same skip. I don't think that there's any difference in the skip now, so let's see what it's like. Interesting. Ooh, that's really cool. I think I remember looking at that when I stopped running about 2 years ago, but that's a really cool optimization to just go right up the center like that. It probably saves like 2 seconds. It is pretty self-explanatory, but we figured out that if you squid while you have the inkjet on, the inkjet pushes you upwards while it's trying to get you to the max height above the ground. So as long as you're above ground and you're pushing upwards, you're going to get a little boost as you're going upwards. So you want to kind of stay on this platform a little bit, and then you start moving forward, and that'll give you just enough distance to hit the checkpoint and die. Preferably you die faster so that you respawn faster, but that saves you having to go all the way around. This level is a total pain. Let's see how it goes. Uses the SSP. Now I'm remembering that the SSP is the faster weapon here. I remember testing out if the Squiffer was faster, because the Squiffer makes the ending section a lot easier to control the ball going into the final hole. But I think it's just way better to use the Splattershot Pro because of how much you can control the ball inside the level itself. You don't have to wait for it to charge. You can just kind of shoot it and have ultimate control over it the whole time. Goes right past these guys, doesn't even bother killing them. That's fast. He's doing a small optimization here that you can see. He's going right underneath the ball, and then he's unsquidding to shoot, and the ball gets pushed forward to move out of the way of the inkling. So it pushes the ball forward a little bit and gives a little tiny boost as you're shooting it, as well as the fact that, of course, you're right there, so you're able to get more shots on the ball. So he's just gonna let the ball fly. If you don't do anything special to that ball, wait, did he control that? Was that planned? I don't think. Wait, it was. He threw a burst bomb. Whoa, this is so cool. Yeah, he throws a burst bomb right there at the ball, and that stops it. And that's super important for this ending section because you don't want this to happen. He controls it again a lot, but if you keep it from bouncing off the walls, then obviously you can just punch it right into the goal, and that's what you want. So by throwing a burst bomb, he stops the momentum of the ball. I never even thought of that. That's so cool. All right, the limited ink level. I wonder if... Ooh, he's going for the riskier strat. Probably going to cut it super close on how much ink there's left. Ooh, he just wasted a lot. Ooh, just barely got there. He has 1 shot left. Or 2 shots. Another thing about this level is there's a balloon up here. So as long as you have 1 shot left, you can complete the level. But you have to be super fast. Because the game isn't going to recognize that you ran out of ink for about a second until after you fire your last shot. So you have to hit the balloon and then instantly hit that final data point. Because if you don't, you just die right at the end. And it's super frustrating. This level, you of course want the Jet Squelcher because it gives you the most distance. So you can hit the most blocks. Also, another related thing about this level, it is cycle based from the time that you actually spawn into the platform from the train. So you have to be super fast in the menuing of choosing the Jet Squelcher and getting to the platform. So if you do something like accidentally choose the wrong weapon, you're just screwed. It's very bad. It's a very bad thing to happen. Because as you can see, the cycle is very tight. He has to shoot these and hopefully get all 4 of those, but misses 1. Oh, and he misses that one down there. This is a really bad... Ooh, that's not a great... Let's see what time he got. Ending. 41. So he lost like 5 seconds. Optimally, you can get like a 46 or so in this level with the timer remaining. So, lost a bunch of time from unfortunate misses. The route in any percent, if you're not familiar, is just the shortest amount of levels to get all 4 things. There's not really much you can do to avoid it. There is an alternate route that has the same number of levels total, but unfortunately it's a lot slower. He uses the ink brush, actually. That's interesting. I thought the ink brush was slower just because of the ending and how long it takes to hit all the blocks. Ultimately, it's probably not a huge difference. With the Octobrush, I usually finish with about 3 or 4 seconds remaining. So let's see how much is left here. Okay. Yeah, it's about equal. Maybe about a second or 2 faster. Okay, girl power. He uses the curling bomb. I wonder if there's a reason for that. So this is an auto-scroller. You cannot save time on this level. Oh, actually you can. So he chooses the curling bomb there because you can make an ink path all the way to the end. But the timer doesn't start until you spawn inside the arena. So by getting there faster, the curling bomb is actually slightly faster. Interesting. By not much, by the way, because usually I would just hit the... I would just use the roller to make an ink path, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, he chooses to shoot the Octolings off the wall. Speeds things up a little bit. But like I said, nothing really matters in this level. You cannot get the last Octolings to spawn faster because the last Octolings spawn from off screen. Alright, so box level. Box level is notorious for being very, very difficult. Let's see how this route goes. Shoots all of the right side at the start and then perfectly gets that ink refill. Really good so far. This level's all about fast aiming. Gets all the one down the right side. That tactical movement, by the way, there's like a section right here where it seems like, oh, he's kind of walking on the boxes. How come he's not shooting while he's doing it? That seems slow. But he's actually regaining ink because you need to be able to shoot as many shots as possible So if he was shooting while he's moving, first of all, it's probably not going to be accurate and you might miss. And second, he's refilling ink so that he has enough to get to the next refill. Okay, gets all of them down. Wow, does an air burst on the final one to get on the grapple ink at the same time. Falls all the way down and gets those underneath. Only has a little bit of ink left, so he has to go up here. You have to be really careful at this part. So if you notice, when he shoots those boxes, the boxes right underneath are partially inked. How can I explain this? When you use the Rapid Blaster in the box level, the orange crates will always break in one indirect hit. So if I hit the crate that's next to a crate and the Rapid Blaster explodes, it's going to hit all of the crates next to it. That's why you're able to hit multiple. But the white crates will be destroyed after one direct hit or two indirect hits. So you'll see the box has an ink pattern on it. That means it was already shot. So from now on, when he's up here, he has to aim on top of the boxes. Because if it hits on the bottom half of the box, then the Rapid Blaster is going to reach downwards and hit that white box and ruin it. So you see he aimed to the top. And then again, he jumps in the air just to be certain that he's going to hit the very top half of the box and doesn't hit the left side, which would hit that. So I don't know why I'm pointing. I have a mouse. He doesn't hit the left side right here, and he doesn't hit the bottom. So if he hits on the top corners, then neither of them are going to get hit. But this is still a crazy optimized route. This part is a really good example of how you do this. There's two sections like this in the run, and it's very difficult to get the hang of. But you want to clear off all of these boxes in just 2 hits. So you hit the boxes on the left side first. Let me see if I can go back with the frames. So he aims for the left side of the boxes first. And then that will explode them. And he hit the left side, so those white boxes are now partially hit. And now when he goes to aim for this one, he will go for the top right corner. That way it's not going to touch any of those boxes. This is why this part is so hard, because if he was aiming just slightly to the left and he hits the wrong part of the box, then those get destroyed. You have to be very careful. I'll show you guys when I make my practice video how fast that actually was and how I'm going to time it so that I can practice and hopefully get close to how fast it was. Okay, this is the shower boss done with the inkjet. There's not really much to talk about. It mostly is going to speak for itself. I'm just going to skip the cutscenes because they're slow. This first part is RNG. This is the only RNG part of the fight. But after you hit that second octocopter at the top, this last one is going to either point to the right or point to the left. And HashedRice guesses wrong on the 50-50. So it goes to the wrong direction, which makes it so that he has to go super far away and finally get the kill. So unfortunate, but wait, what was he doing at the end? Oh, he's standing over it. The jet actually does damage as well. Most of you probably know that from playing online. The exhaust does damage, so it'll hit the tentacle a little bit faster, but not much. Here, you're going to go up on top of the tower and hit 1, 2. And then you're going to jump and hit 3. And right before he charges, you hit the 4th one. You can barely make it from the ground if you're standing in the right spot. So that's pretty precise, but it is very practicable and consistent, so long as you can get the shots correct. And the final section, these octocopters can shift to the right or left, but as long as you're aiming properly and shooting properly, it's not going to bother you. So shoots, they move, it doesn't matter. And then bop, bop. Very good. Very good level. Next is the Fang level, so I'm just going to skip on through. Let's see if there's anything here, because I've been messing up this level a ton. Whoa, jumping and getting the instant knockdowns. That's sick. Then it goes back over the left side because you're already there. That's fast. Oh, this is so fast. Doesn't even get the ink refill. Doesn't even need it. Oh, I need to practice this level. Oh my gosh, that was so fast. Dually ink rail level. This one is super self-explanatory. There'll be one skip at the end, but you will see that they're doing constant dodge rolls because it's faster. That's pretty much all there is to talk about. The only thing you have to worry about in this level is running out of ink. And this jump right here. You gotta jump right at the peak of that rail. Dodge roll into it. Perfect level. Perfect. Here's another thing, so we're gonna skip through. The baller level. There may be some new jump skips that are difficult. Unfortunately, got shot by the enemy. Ooh, cuts right across that pole. That's kind of fast. Whoa, that's really fast. Made it fast enough to make the left side cycle. I need to practice this level too, I guess, because that saves about 4 or 5 seconds over how I do it. 8-ball level. So the really good news about this level is that it's exactly the same in any percent as it is when you play it in practice. So there's no variance whatsoever regarding like the cycles or anything. It's always going to be consistent. And you can just kind of practice it until you're good. Bounces it off the back wall. That's pretty consistent. It's a consistent way to make sure it doesn't fall off the edge, because sometimes the ball will continue rolling. And just roll off. Still going fast so far. The goal here is to make it at the next cycle. If you were to make it on this cycle, that's insanely fast. Like, impossibly fast. But this one is the normal one. This is the first cycle that you can get it. And does it perfectly. There is a skip here that he's doing, obviously. When you're back at this part, you're supposed to go to the left and get the ball into a launcher thingy so that it will go up the ramp super fast, but you can just shoot it on and skip all of that. Okay, Rainmaker level. This level has the potential for trolling you a bunch. It seems like the Octolings at the very end have a little bit of shot RNG. And there's a freaky thing that can happen where the Octolings will break your armor. And then as you're dunking the Rainmaker, your armor kind of goes away. Or your iframes go away. And you just die in one hit. And it's very random. Okay, it does knock out that Inkling, that Octoling. So that'll make it a little bit better. Gets the ramp inked in one shot, and that's good. Good shot. Okay, another ink rail level. This one is super fun. This one's super fun to do in practice. It's a lot of spamming the B button, a lot of controlling your ink. You shoot that and jump on the box. Be very careful not to break the box, because then you die. I find it weird that he went to the outside there. I wonder if there's a reason for that, or if it's just you need a break anyway, so might as well jump back across. Needless to say, if HashedRice is doing it, it's probably faster. Okay, I'm really excited to see how he does this level. I've heard good things about how HashedRice does this level and how fast it is. And this is also notoriously one of the worst levels that I had. I'm gonna try and go through this slowly so I can see everything. Okay, as soon as you jump on, shoots 1. Shoots 2. Shoots 3, 4, 5, 6. Barely misses that. Throws a bomb. I wonder how many this gets. It's currently at 14. That broke all of them? Oh my gosh. I want to see that again. Full speed. Oh my gosh, that bomb throw is so precise. I want to see where it goes exactly. Looks like it's going to get on top of that box. And then it hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe? Oh, that's so disgusting. That's such a good bomb. Wow. Awareness. And doing this trick. That's so cool. It's so cool. There's another trick coming up too. It's not over. And you break those and just jump all the way there. Keep in mind, this world record, 107.16, is about a minute and 40 seconds faster than my PB. Okay, honestly, this level is kind of boring. As long as you don't mess it up. It's mostly just getting on the rails as fast as you can. Doing short hops so you're not in the air longer than you need to be. There's one trick here because the cycle start coming up. The cycle start as soon as you shoot that last box. So if you time it correctly, then you are going to make sure you're able to get through all these boxes without having to jump, which makes it a little bit faster. Oh, you messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. It doesn't lose that much time. Hard part about this level is that if you miss any box, you have to start over from the beginning. There's no checkpoints. There's no check niche. There's no checks and balances. No check on luggage. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That might have to be picked up. Panga, take notes. Right now, we are reacting to the current world record of Octo expansion by HashedRice. Japanese runner. Great runner. Links on his YouTube channel will be in the description. How many subscribers does he have? 931. Oh my god. He has actually almost as much as I do. Okay, this is the damageless level. Using the Squiffer because the Squiffer has the best sub weapon for it, and also is just the best for movement. Way better than the Tent Umbrella. Or I think the Splatling is the other one you get. That's just bad. HashedRice is really good at this game. Way faster than I am. And also currently doing runs. I don't know right now, but is currently grinding runs of all missions and doing good stuff. Here you cook the curling bomb a little bit to make sure that it lands in the center of all those octopods. But it is very risky because if it misses any of them, the octopods are going to hit you. Okay, he takes the safety kill on that guy. You could ignore him, but it's super inconsistent, especially here, and you have to go back to him anyway. The little skip! Oh, that's deadly. That's a deadly skip right there. Also skipping all of those guys. This is crazy. Curling bomb here is actually a lot safer than it looks like because that guy looks at the curling bomb. Weird that he decides to kill the charger. I don't think that's really necessary. Honestly, of all the times I've ever done this level, if something messes me up, it's not the charger. So, I don't know. Okay, and the last level is the auto-scroller damageless level. Once you get to this one, you are pretty much guaranteed to make it to the escape sequence. What are you... Oh, okay, he started it. And I can also make the timer go faster by just clicking the right arrow. Wow, that's so cool. He did it. Whoa. Okay. So this is what we commonly call the... Wait, once he gets to the last thing. Let me just skip to the last thing. Because the last thing is going to give what we call the metro time. 4101. The metro time, well, we call it the metro time, obviously, because it's the time that you get out of the metro section where you're doing the train levels. And then you have the escape sequence. So it's like two phases of the speedrun. The metro section and the escape section. A metro time of 4101 is very good. Actually, let me compare what mine is for you guys to see. My best is 4216. So that's a full minute ahead, and it's not even done with the run. I definitely have some catching up to do. Okay, the first section of the escape sequence, if you have not seen this before for whatever reason, you lose all of your weapons, so you do not have anything until you get to the second phase. And the first segment is a stealth mission, so you have to stay hidden as much as possible. But as you're about to see, staying hidden isn't necessarily the fastest thing, so just jump on through. Sometimes, very rarely, sometimes those guys can smack you up, and so can these guys. And just, you know, damage you in a very bad way. But usually they're pretty good. Oh, the save in the final boss. Yeah, I remember when I did that. Ooh, interesting. Jumps just straight ahead instead of going to the other ink patch. He decides to stay hidden here. It actually doesn't make a difference if you stay hidden or not. I'm not sure if anyone's done the timing, but you could theoretically just jump forward, and that guy is pretty much going to shoot you. You can't really avoid it. But since you get shot, you're going to be in damage mode, meaning you move slower. So either you move slower for a section or you wait for him to get closed again and not shoot you. So it really doesn't matter which one you do. And then finally, these guys, you just gotta wait because he will see you from back there. But once you're past all that, you can jump straight into the tower. Good first section. Very good first section. The second section is the dreaded Octo shot skip. But also the section that makes the run the most hype, honestly. I wonder what kind of setup he does. Because I have my own setup, but I've seen some others. Alright, to explain what's going on. So if you look right here, there is a little tiny switch, a little nipple-sized switch on the wall. This usually can only be hit by the Octo shot because it's very tiny and the splat bomb is on the floor but does not splat high enough on the wall to be able to hit it. You can throw as many bombs as you want on the floor, it will never reach as high as the switch. We tried pretty much everything. So here's the alternative. You go right here into the corner, and then you throw bombs onto the wall. So the splat bomb is actually exploding on top of the wall. And so long as you get it onto a specific section, you have a small chance of getting the right angle on the splatter that the droplet is going to shoot into the air, down onto the switch, and then activate it. So I would give it, honestly, if I like, from all of my testing that I ever did on this, of all the testing I ever did on this, the best chances I've ever had at getting this trick was maybe 1 in 5. I would say it's somewhere between 1 in 5 and 1 in 10 based on how good the setup is, because the setup does matter. I think the splat bomb is more likely to shoot in certain directions, so you have to place the bomb on the right side of the wall. But if you get it first try, it saves about 22 seconds over going to get the Octo shot. If you get it 5th try, it still saves about 10 to 12 seconds, but anything over 8 tries and you're pretty much run dead. So let's see how bad this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is very unfortunate. 6? Please be 6. Oh, got it. Oh, okay. So the switch doesn't have to activate completely. As long as there's a small amount of the ink on the switch, you can do something called pause glitch. And pause glitch, for some reason, unloads the ink, and then it reloads it when you repause, so it'll activate the switch. That's why I like being in that position in the corner, because when you're in the corner like that, you can actually see if the ink is on the switch and do a pause, so you're not reliant on doing the audio cue or messing up your setup to go see it. It is really cool, but very unfortunate that it's RNG. It's one of those tricks where it's cool that it exists, but I think the speedrun would be better off without it. This section is really annoying. It is cycle-based, so you can't really save a lot of time, but you can definitely lose a lot of time. If you die anywhere in this level, you're pretty much guaranteed to lose 30 seconds. Whoa, that was close. I can't believe he cuts it that close. I would be so careful in this section if I was on a world record pace. Yeah, any percent NDA. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's on the screen. I'm like, oh, non-disclosure agreement? No, it's right there. Yeah, no depth abuse. So, yeah, I guess that's a point that I can explain a little bit. There's, of course, by the way, this section, which actually I'm really surprised. because you can make it from here onto that block down there. Maybe he was just afraid because he went slow or something. Anyway, in most levels, if you just simply die at the beginning and run out of lives a couple of times, then the Squid Sisters, or sorry, Marina or something, will be like, hey, look, we got you. You want to just say you passed? And then you'll be like, yeah, let's just say I passed. And then it'll let you continue on the entire game as if you passed it. There's no penalty whatsoever, except that you don't get the credits. That's it. And you don't get the ink cake. Death abuse would be very, very lame in this run, because I think about 10... I think almost half of the levels are faster if you just skip it. And all of the levels in the escape sequence are faster if you skip it, except for this one, because it's harder to die. So, to make the run a little bit less lame, we separated the categories. There is a death abuse category, and there's some skill to it. I think the record is about 56 minutes. Does he do laser skip? No laser skip? I got it first try, dude. Hey, that's free time save. That's a free 6-8 second time save, dude. Just saying. Section 5 is really cool. I want to see if there's anything different here. Okay, so you ink that wall a little bit on the way, because shooting while you're in the ink jet doesn't slow you down at all like it does, you know, with squid form. So you can pretty much shoot as much as you want, as long as you get the ink on the wall where you need it, and you're good. Okay. Still works out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, gets back on. A little bit of a weird time save. The inkjet's really weird around this section because it's bobbing up and down, and it's really hard to tell when you're going to get enough height. Still pretty fast, though. What's the story of this? I'll tell you in a second. Give the rundown. See if there's anything cool here. So, yeah. It goes back on the top of that, and then makes more ink on the wall. That way you can jump straight into the hole. If you don't do that, then you have to go all the way back up from the ink rail, and it's super slow. This is technically cycle-based because of this guy right here. You want to make it so that, you know, it's gettable, and that after the data point, you can just continue on. So this is about the same as I did it back in the day. There's not really much different, but HashedRice does it way faster. Anyway, the story of Octo expansion. There is an evil scientist who, like millennia ago, made a giant machine to awaken to see like what the studying of life is like, and then it studies the life around Inkopolis and realizes that everyone is like super fresh and into fashion and into vanity and on their phone, and all they do is eat hot chip and lie. And he gets really mad, so he tries to blow up the entire world. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, F this phase. This phase is the freaking worst. I need to practice this a bunch. You need to get here fast enough to avoid all these missiles, obviously. And if you stand far enough away from the orb, then those guys aren't going to mess you up. You also get that little ink refill as well. That helps a lot when you're spamming the splat bombs. Also, you notice that HashedRice is alternating back in between the squid and stuff. That's obviously intended because the platform moves a set distance when you shoot one bullet, so it doesn't matter if you're rapidly firing it or if you are just shooting it one at a time. So you might as well just shoot it one at a time and save your ink. Here you ram your guy through, and then you just pick up one laser and go way on through, and you're allowed to take that damage. Shoot the last one, and it's on through. Pretty fast, you know, probably as close to perfect as it can be. Maybe lost a little bit of time in the first phase, but as long as you get to the end there without making major mistakes, that's all you can ask for. Okay, HashedRice is currently 33 seconds ahead going into the final boss. And yes, this is the final boss, even though it's not the final boss. And then jump right off. Whee! And that will skip all the way to the top of the elevator. And it'll spawn the guy. So it saves a little bit of time. I actually discovered that trick. I was the one who discovered that because I was doing a race against T-Boy. And I was way ahead, like 3 or 4 minutes ahead. So I was like, let's just mess around. Let's jump out. Pew, let's see what happens. And then all of a sudden, I skipped all the way to the boss fight. Okay, throws a splat bomb. Very, very good cycle. There's no splashdown here, so you can just set up and start shooting. You want to back him into a corner, obviously, because it'll knock his movement down a bunch. Jump on top of here and start throwing splat bombs. And then 3 shots is done. See how he does his final section. Interesting. I don't know how he got that final shot, but it worked. What the heck? Can I... Okay, refs? Refs? Oh, it rolls in. Look at this. Bah! Ready? Here's Agent 3. Rolled to the left. Here's the reaction. Rolls right into it. And then fire. Boom. Bah. Hit right there. Bah.
Okay, nice.
Okay, nice. That was a really clean fight. Very impressed. And from this moment on, from the time you see Agent 3 appeared, it will take exactly 9 minutes, 9 seconds to beat the game. There is no variance whatsoever so long as you don't fail the final boss. Since this boss fight is an auto-scroller, it's mostly just swag strats. You don't really have to try at all. As you can see, he's just tap firing and walking along, taking his nice little leisure time. I'm probably going to speed this up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time at 107:16.96. Very awesome run. Unfortunately, still a 6-try Octoshot skip, so that loses about 14 seconds, I would say, compared to doing it first try super quickly. So this run is still improvable. I think that a 106 is on the horizon, either going to be from HashedRice or from Lantro. I'm going to be getting back into this game too. Who knows, might be your boy. Might be your boy. But anyway, I am super impressed and also very motivated to learn from this run. So shout out to HashedRice for being such a dedicated player, such a great member in our community, who has been grinding this game for pretty much as long as it's been out. Go ahead and follow HashedRice's YouTube. He posts his PBs and stuff just like I do. And also he streams on Twitch. Thank you guys for watching the react, and I will see you next time.